Shout out to Anthony Joshua for not only beating Otto Wallin, a common opponent with Tyson Fury, the great Tyson Fury, as everyone would like to say, uh, and doing it in devastating fashion. Very clean boxing, very poised, landing his power shots, keeping his distance, avoiding the big shots. Didn't look tired, didn't look frustrated or anything like that. Looked very confident. Shout out to him for not only winning that, but putting a guy in Deontay Wilder, who many people accused him of ducking, on his undercard. And not Wilder not only losing, but losing every round to an opponent that Anthony Joshua already beat. Putting Big Baby Miller on there, a guy who was supposed to be a Joshua opponent, on the undercard, and him losing to a guy and Dubois, who many people thought quit not once but twice, and he stayed in there and he duked it out and he was able to stop Big Baby Miller. I mean, this card worked out very, very well for Anthony Joshua. He killed three birds with one stone. So he definitely won the day of reckoning. One of the things I would like to say about Anthony Joshua is I never was low on Anthony Joshua. Some people are high on you, some people are low on you. I never criticized him to the degree of other people. I thought him and Derrick James was going to be a terrible matchup, and I congratulated him. I made a video about it when he got from up under Derrick James' grips. I didn't think that style fit his style. One of the only criticisms I ever had of Anthony Joshua was I felt like he was overcorrecting a problem that wasn't really a problem. And that problem is Anthony Joshua has a slight issue with shorter heavyweights. Anybody that's around 6'2", 6'3", typically is going to give him problems because of the way he was falling in with his power shots, and he wasn't able to get the proper leverage. But it looked like with Ben Davis, even though Otto Wallin is a little taller, it looked like that was something that he corrected. He wasn't falling in. He wasn't putting himself in position to be countered. He was taking a little bit off of his power shots, just to touch the guy. You're already a heavy-headed guy. You don't have to try to knock him out with every shot. Look for your openings before you actually sit down on the punch and just touch him. You can hit him with 80%, 50%. Just work on touching the guy instead of throwing everything so hard and putting yourself out of position to get countered. So that was one of the things I noticed with Joshua. And if you go back and you look at the four fighters he struggled with for the most part, actually three, we can kind of X Usyk out, right? Usyk is a Olympian, I think 2-time gold medalist, probably arguably the greatest heavyweight of this era, probably the last 5 years, even though he came on the scene a little late. I even favor him to beat Fury if ever they fight. So that's the number one guy. So let's just chalk that off as a loss, right? But as far as his first time he kind of looked human versus Carlos Takam, 6'2", right? Andy Ruiz, the first time he tastes his defeat, 6'2". And then even when he came back, that first fight he had with Derrick James, I believe it was the first fight against Franklin, 6'2". So it seems like he was struggling with these shorter fighters. And instead of recognizing that and his team recognizing that, he went on this whole sabbatical trying to find a new trainer, trying to find himself. And it looked like he not only found himself with Ben Davis, but he may have corrected the mistake that I don't even think he recognized that he had. Because he never had an issue with these taller, bigger guys. I would still favor him to beat a guy like Fury. Because he's never had an issue with the taller fighters. He has slight gas tank issues, and he has issues with guys that are shorter. Most of these shorter guys are shorter and quicker, and again, it's the leverage. He's not getting the proper leverage on his punches. He was throwing all these home run punches and putting himself in position to be countered. So congratulations to Anthony Joshua. Unfortunately, for a guy that's in the U.S., it looks like, Big Baby, the other Big Baby, it's about the only shot we have at heavyweight greatness on this side of the ocean. But, I have no problem tuning in to watch Anthony Joshua fight at 4 o'clock, and still enjoying the rest of my Saturday.